This webinar is titled today, Student-Led IEPs from the Perspective of a Former Student, and I would like to introduce everybody to Zoe Potter today. Hi, Zoe.
Hey.
Okay, I'll let you get started.
Thanks for joining us. During today's 30-minute message, we're going to talk about student-led IEP meetings. I'm Zoe, and I'm a self-advocate who experienced leading my own IEP meetings in high school. Leaving high school is the beginning of adult life for all students. That can be kind of scary or intimidating, especially when you're a student with a disability. And choices and decisions about our futures may be more complex and may require a lot of planning. Did you know state regulations require transition planning and the implementation of a transition plan to start by the time a student reaches 14.5 years? Transition plans can even start when you're younger, if that is appropriate for you. This transition plan is an official part of your individualized education program, or IEP. As a student, you may attend and participate in your IEP if your parent decides you should present before you're like 14.5 years old. If you're younger than 14.5, you would want to attend your IEP meetings, your own IEP meetings. You can always talk to your parent or teacher when you reach 14.5 years old. You must be invited to the IEP meeting when transition is discussed. I attended some of my IEP meetings before I turned 14.5. Even when I didn't attend my meetings in person, my parents talked to me about my IEP and explained what it was and why I had it, and it helped me make decisions about my special education services. There are a lot of different IEP team members, but remember, you're an equal and important member of the IEP team. Remember that IEP is for you and about you. It is important for you to participate in your meeting so your voice is heard. And the other team members know you, and what you want to accomplish in your life. The sooner you start attending your IEP meetings, the more comfortable you'll feel. Think about the most recent IEP meeting. Oh, let me start that again. Think about the most recent IEP meeting you've attended and ask yourself these questions. Number 1, what team members attend? Number 2, who participated the most? Number 3, who participated the least? And number 4, what does your participation look like to you? If you look at this chart from IRIS, it breaks down student involvement in the IEP process. Did you know only 3% of students speak at their IEP meetings? This chart shows the percentage of speaking time by role of the IEP team member. This chart shows us students speak the least amount during the IEP meeting. Let's talk about student-led IEPs. Many IEP meetings are educator-led, meaning they are led by a teacher or somebody else on the IEP team. In an educator-led IEP meeting, students don't always know the reason for the IEP meeting. Students report they make few, if any, decisions at their IEP meetings. Students are not sure what is expected of them during the IEP meetings. In a student-led IEP meeting, students know the reason for the IEP meeting. Students make informed decisions at their IEP meetings. Students know what is expected of them during their IEP meetings. Anyone can lead their own IEP meeting. Leading an IEP meeting isn't just for certain students. Why should you lead your IEP meeting? There are so many reasons you should lead your own IEP meeting. Did you know research shows students with significant disabilities who led their own IEP meetings develop stronger self-determination skills and have greater knowledge about transition to adult life? Leading my own IEP meetings and making decisions about my life and education have made me stronger. Leading your own IEP meeting. helps you understand your disability or diagnosis, helps you understand your IEP and why your IEP is important, helps you build your self-advocacy skills and self-determination skills. Self-advocacy, being able to communicate your wants and needs, being able to tell others about your wishes, your interests. It is understanding your rights. It involves making informed decisions and taking responsibility for those decisions. Remember, self-advocacy is being able to communicate your wants and needs. Self-determination is believing you can control your own destiny. I use the map to help me lead my own IEP meeting through maps or person-centered planning. A map or making action plans is a planning process that helps plan positive and possible futures for people with disabilities. This process was designed to help individuals find direction when they are transitioning and at other key points in their lives. The map process is a way of thinking about the future. The questions are asked to help people to look at their dreams and goals. It is a powerful process when it is done with a small group. It can also be done individually or with a small group of people who are planning for the future. And I did it, and so can you. Well, I went to almost all my IEP meetings, and now I have a job that I really love. Thank you.